Gunman fires on car dealership. This morning, tragedy struck a car dealership in the city when a gunman opened fire on the premises. Witnesses described the scene as chaotic and terrifying, as the gunman shot at employees and customers, leaving multiple people injured. As details of the incident emerge, questions arise about the gunman's identity and motives, the victim's profile, and the response from the car dealership and the community. In this article, we will explore the shocking car dealership shooting and the aftermath. Gunman's identity. On the morning of July 18, an unidentified gunman opened fire on a car dealership in Los Angeles. The gunman, who has yet to be identified, is believed to be a male in his late 20s. It is not yet known what his motives for the attack were. However, police have stated that no individuals were targeted and that this appears to be a random act of violence. The gunman was able to evade capture and is still being sought by police. Witnesses reported that he was wearing a ski mask and carrying an automatic rifle. He is believed to have fled the scene in a black SUV that is yet to be located. Victims' profile. The victims of the shooting were a family that had been visiting the car dealership to purchase a new car. Unfortunately, they were caught in the line of fire and sustained serious injuries. One family member was left in critical condition and is currently being monitored in the hospital. The other members were treated for minor injuries and have since been released. This devastating incident has left the victims and their families in shock and despair. Many of the victims have shared their experiences of the incident in the media, expressing shock and disbelief. This senseless act of violence has left the community in shock, and the victims and their families with broken hearts. Witnesses' testimonies. Eyewitnesses to the shooting reported that the gunman was firing indiscriminately at the car dealership. The attacker was wearing a hoodie and a mask, making it difficult to identify them. News crews have interviewed several witnesses, who recall the horror and fear that filled the area. One witness, who asked to remain anonymous, said in an interview, "It was a terrifying experience. It felt like I was in a war zone, with bullets flying everywhere." Another witness described the scene as chaos and confusion. All of the witnesses were astounded at the speed of the attack and the amount of gunfire that was released. All of the witnesses have praised the police for their prompt response and were relieved to hear that the victims were rushed to safety. This incident has left the entire community shaken and people are looking for answers. Aftermath. The immediate aftermath of the tragedy was a wave of shock and disbelief among the community. In response, law enforcement acted swiftly to contain the situation. The gunman was apprehended and taken into custody. The victims were rushed to the nearest hospital for treatment. In the days following the incident, the local community held a vigil to honor the victims. In addition, the car dealership released a statement offering condolences to the victims and their families. They also outlined their commitment to implementing new safety measures at their dealership. In the wake of the tragedy, there has been a renewed push for stricter gun laws in the area. This has sparked debate and has encouraged citizens to become more engaged with their local lawmakers. Car dealership response. The car dealership that was the site of the gunman's attack has responded to the incident with a statement expressing their sorrow and shock. In the wake of the shooting, the dealership has implemented a number of safety measures to ensure the safety of customers and staff. These include increased security personnel, tougher screening processes for customers, and enhanced security protocols. In addition, the dealership has offered counseling services to staff members affected by the incident. The dealership has also reiterated its commitment to the community and its support of local initiatives to reduce gun violence. The dealership has been in contact with local law enforcement and is cooperating with authorities to identify the gunman and bring them to justice. Finally, the dealership has made a call for stronger gun laws and regulations to help prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. Gun laws. The gun laws in the area have been under scrutiny since the shooting at the car dealership. Currently, the state requires obtaining a permit to carry a gun, and the purchase of a gun requires a background check. However, Many citizens are calling for stricter regulations on gun ownership in order to prevent such occurrences in the future. Local politicians have been discussing potential new laws, such as a waiting period before purchasing a gun, mandatory safety courses, and increased background checks. Ultimately, it is up to the citizens to decide on the future of gun laws in the area. Conclusion: the incident at the car dealership has been a tragic event for the community. It is an example of the dangers of gun violence and how it can affect even the most peaceful of places. It is clear that something needs to be done in order to prevent future incidents and to ensure the safety of communities. Though the gunman's identity and motives are unknown, the victims and witnesses have been left shaken and traumatized by the event. The car dealership's response to the event has been to implement new safety protocols and regulations. The community has also taken action to advocate for stricter gun laws in order to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. It is important to recognize that gun violence is an issue that needs to be addressed, and that any steps taken to reduce further tragedy are important. We must all take a stand to protect our communities and ensure that everyone is safe.